Most coaches use AI and the output sounds like every other coach on the internet. It's flat, it's generic, it's a little robotic, and you can feel it the moment you read it. So they try it a few times and they cringe what comes out on the other side of it and decide AI is not for them and go back to doing everything by hand or just keep pumping out absolute garbage. And this is a mistake. It's an expensive one because the problem was never the AI. The problem was how they were using it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to use your AI in your coaching business so it sounds like you, not like a machine, and actually saves you real hours every week. Because there are 4 steps, and the 4th is the one that most people aren't even doing. Because when you get this right, AI stops being a gimmick and starts actually being a useful team member that you've never had before. Now, firstly, let me explain why the output sounds so generic in the first place. Because once you understand this, the fix becomes pretty obvious. AI does not know you. It has read the entire internet, and when you ask it a vague question, it gives you an average of everything everyone has ever written on that topic. And the average is, by definition, generic. And it is the middle of the road. And the middle of the road is exactly where no coach ever stood out. So when people complain that AI sounds bland, what they are really saying is that it gave nothing specific. So it gave me the average back. That is not a flaw in the actual tool. That is a flaw in the instructions. The mental model that fixes this is simple. You stop treating AI like a vending machine where you press a button and take out whatever falls out, and you start treating it like the most capable assistant you have ever hired, who is brilliant and fast and knows absolutely nothing about you, your clients, or your voice until you teach it. And everything that follows is just teaching it well. So, step 1, feed it your real words. This is the single biggest jump in quality, and most people skip it entirely. Take 30, or ideally more, of your best performing posts. Take a transcript of you actually talking, maybe from a voice or a video note or something where you've been actually coaching a client. Take the way you write when you are really not trying to sound professional. Paste all of it in and tell it, this is how I sound. Learn my voice, match this rhythm and these words. Now it has something real to actually copy instead of the internet average. The difference between the AI with your voice loaded and the AI without it is day and night. Because if it sounds like a stranger wearing your name, you know it's not the right thing. And also, just side tangent on this one. We get clients coming in and we do all of the copy, we write their content for them, all the scriptings for their sales, all of that good stuff. And some coaches will come in and say, that doesn't sound like me, Chris. Aha, and this is a really important part right now. If what you've been doing so far has not been getting you clients, that means there's a flaw in your messaging. So there is something to be said where, yes, it's got to sound like you. It can't sound like this slop and garbage that comes out of ChatGPT and Claude when you're not using it right. But also, it's got to change from what you're really doing at the moment so it actually attracts leads and converts them into clients as well. So we need to bring these two worlds together. If you've made it this far, seriously, thank you. I appreciate you being here. But real quick, if you are a coach or consultant who wants to be able to build a self-growing business without bloated team, a big ad budget, or working more than 3 hours a day, then make sure that you hit subscribe. Because everything I share here is built for founders just like you. Because it's likely that you are done chasing bigger and ready to build better. So let's get back to it. That being said, step 2 is being able to give it the context that actually matters. So who is the one real person that you're talking to in detail? What is the offer? What is the specific outcome that you get your clients? What do they actually believe right now that is wrong with them? And what are the actual pains that wake them up at 2 a.m.? What are the real nitty gritty details that you need to be sharing so that it's purely ingrained in exactly what it is that you do and your uniqueness as well, and why you're different from all of the other coaches. Because remember the rule, vague in, vague out, specific in, specific out. Most of the quality of anything AI gives you is decided before you even ask the question by how much real context that you've loaded first. Then there's step 3, and you want to let it draft. Never let it decide. This is the boundary, and this really matters. AI is generally brilliant at first drafts and generally terrible at judgment. It will confidently write something that sounds right and is completely wrong. I know that you've had this experience before. And if it's off-brand or if it's making a claim that you can't even back up, so use it for what it's good at. Get from a blank page to a rough version in seconds, because the blank page is where most people lose their hours and their motivation. Then you step in and you make the real decision. What is actually true? What is on brand? What is actually mattering to the person that you're talking to? You become the editor and the owner, and it stays as the assistant, because the moment you let it make the calls, you're probably going to get generic or even worse, inaccurate. Now, here is step 4, the one that nobody does, and the reason why most AI content is cringe: the truth and the voice pass. Now, take the draft and read every single line out loud. Out loud matters because your ear is going to catch what your eyes skim. If a line is not something you would actually say to a real person, rewrite it in your words. And if it makes you claim something you can't actually stand behind, cut it completely out. And if it uses a word you would never use, change it. This takes not very long to be able to go through, but it makes a world of difference. Because here is the test. When you are done, a client who knows you should be able to read it and hear your voice in their head. If they cannot, you stop and you go back. And most coaches won't do this full step, and that is where you will shine by doing it, because it's a little bit of effort that will get you a maximum reward. And quick honest aside, because someone is likely thinking, is using AI like this cheating or being lazy? No, the thinking, the ideas, the truth, the judgment, the voice, all of this is still you. AI did not have the insight, you did. It just got you from a blank page to a draft faster than you could ever spend time on before, because a calculator did not make an accountant lazy. It freed them to do the work that actually matters. And it's the same thing here. Now, take that idea and scale it across your whole business. This is where it gets fun, because this is where it's also going to be powerful, because it's not just captions for your IG reels. Picture an actual agent that drafts and sharpens your offer, one that writes your ads in your voice, one that plans your drafts and your content so the engine never goes quiet, one that preps your work before every sales call. Each one trained on your voice, on your offer, and being able to do what a specialist team member used to. That is the real shift. Not using AI as a toy for a couple of Instagram posts and maybe an email. This is where it is running alongside you as team members, so you can produce like a company of 10 by being a team of 1. If you would rather have those agents already built and trained for coaches instead of having to start from a blank page, you can get the entire access to the Rainmakers OS for just $1. Pick one task you hate doing. Feed the AI your real voice and your context. Let it draft and then do the 90-second truth and voice pass. Take that one task off your plate literally today and then add the next one. And this is how you go to a coach quietly being able to run your business without a massive team. All right, that's it for today. And if this did hit home for you today, and if you are building a business that's meant to give you more money and more freedom, then I want you to be able to do 2 things before you go. 1, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because it'll be a bummer if you missed out on everything else to come. Number 2, grab the link in the description and be able to book in your free demo so you can see the exact systems, the exact process, and you can be able to install it inside of your business. Because remember, this channel is for coaches and creators who want a daily income, simple systems, and to be able to take time off. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.